We can get rid of those two tonight. Tonight. We're selling out tonight. We're having the album party released right now. If Andy and I cannot sell out 2 freaking albums in 2 hours, then we are going to quit this job right now. So where can we get your albums? Because we got to sell 2 right now. Because we got to sell out tonight at the party. We got pizza. It's the first time I've ever been in this state. Like, we got Arthur here. This is awesome.
So, you better get pizza then if you're...
We did. We got it from where? Tell me where we got it
from Pizza Masters.
Yep.
In Bayonne, New Jersey.
Where are you from? Ohio?
Me? Yeah. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I've never been over here, but today, Andy and I came out for the party. Arthur, didn't you get our invitation? You're supposed to be
aggressive. I did not. I'm in my basement.
You didn't get the invitation that we sent you?
No, I guess it got lost in the mail.
Oh, well, anyways, I'm sorry, Arthur. I know this is about you, but I did get my co-host Andy a gift because this is our first time together. So, pardon moi, un momento, por favor. Again, the decor's over here. We have
okay.
So I got it's right here. So again, this is not what people wanted to see. They did not want to see this. So. And here, you put your pizza here and open up your gift. And this is.
Oh, okay. Air poppers is awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate the release.
Yes.
And when we sell out.
Yes.
Do you get like up to date? Like, how do you know when we sold out? Or you sold out? Because we're not really.
Because it'll no longer be available in the store. So, because we have.
Oh, okay.
We have.
So you don't get you don't get a closed shop.
No, it just will no longer be available, so I won't get any more orders.
Awesome,
but the good news is there will be a second run, but it'll be a different layout that Lennon and I are going to work on.
Nice.
For people who might not have been here last time.
What's that?
For people who might not have been here with us last time, we know Lennon as the #1 dude, right, Andy?
Yes.
Who is Lennon to people who might be new tonight?
Well, Lennon is my son, and he is also.
Well, I know you know who he is.
Oh, I was supposed to say that?
No, I mean.
Oh, so here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God. All right.
We're doing this right.
Here it is.
Oh, my God. It's really an album release party, and he's got his copy, man. You excited?
Yes. Yeah, I'm very excited.
I hope we're going to bust some of this up tonight.
Yes.
Advanced copies. Lennon, they're paid for. Don't worry.
Look at that. This is a sexy situation right here.
So, like, show everybody what you got there. Like, this is what you would get for those lucky 2 people that are left out there that want to pick this up before the next run. Like, you're getting the first edition here, friends. The first freaking edition.
And this is how the thing looks like, guys. The album cover. And here it is.
Oh, we're upside down.
Oh. Look at that sexy situation we have here, guys, and it's available right now since 4 p.m. and we have 2 left, guys.
Oh my gosh, there'll be a second run.
But in the meantime, get it while supplies last until.
I know, hopefully before the end of tonight.
Yes.
And if you want to, there is the handle down there. That's where you can go to. That. And can we, Arthur, explain what this is? This amazing new thing I've heard about Achillies Records. What is that? And does Lennon have something to do with that as well?
Yes. Actually, we started it maybe about a week ago to put this out, and then we were talking and we wanted to do more with it. So we're gonna put out records and tapes, more CDs of different people. When I ran a small press, I used to print what I liked, right? Like I would print writers that I like and things that I would want to read. So we're kind of taking that approach with this label where we're going to put out records and things of people that we enjoy. Like we have a lot of really cool things coming up. Don't really want to mention them right now because Lennon's probably watching. Go, don't you dare, don't you dare.
Oh, so this is like exclusive, and you can't even drop it on this with our amazing audience. You can't even drop it.
We want our ducks in a row before we announce things.
Oh, understood.
Awesome.
We don't want to be sued because of this.
We don't want any premature info.
So let's say if somebody wanted to collaborate with you guys, like how would we go about that? Will we hit you guys? Will we hit you up and stuff like that? Like how would that work? If I decide, I want to record an album myself, like how would that go?
Yeah, so like somebody like us, because Andy and I were on a mission. We want to put our stuff out there this year, and let's say we wanted to go down this route. How would we do that?
Well, you would send us something, whether it's an email or a physical demo, so we can listen to it. And it'd be
Question in the back.
Very traditional because we're going to do a lot. You know, we've got acoustic, we've got indie rock, we've got all kinds of things. We're looking at some hardcore punk stuff, screamo. Like, it's basically the door is kind of wide open for what we want to do. So it's we're not trying to be like a big label that does all this big shit. Like, no, we just want to put out shit that we like.
So like, Andy, are you hearing this? Like, so nonchalant. Oh, we're just putting out all this stuff right now. We just started a week ago. We got this band, that's that. We can't say who they are though. They're famous out here. We can't get sued. And you just dropped this a week ago. So like, who the freak are you, man? You're just a talented son of a gun, aren't you?
Well, Lennon's my seed, so of course he's gonna have the same neurotic ways.
He's really the driving force then.
What's that?
So he's really the driving force then. You're just doing his work and he's the one leading you then?
Well, no, it's equal, but he brought the idea to me and I was like, that's an awesome idea. So I mean, he's got his ear to the ground more than I do with a lot of music today. So we obviously talk.
Wow.
I wanted you, as remember last time we were talking, we were talking about how we were older and the younger friends, you know, they were. Yeah. So like, this is going to be a bunch of new, younger talent. So not old people like myself. So no old people come in and trying to do one last hurrah, huh? It's youthful, like fresh out of the gun.
No, that's not true. It's, I don't give a shit if you're in a goddamn rocking chair playing an acoustic guitar, dude. If it sounds good, then I'm into it. It's not, it's not about like an age group or this or that, you know, like, because we're doing things with people that are in high school. We're doing things. I'm 43 and I just put this out. So there's no age group. So we're not ageist.
So I have a chance. We have a chance, Andy.
You have a chance.
Last week, I don't think you were there, Arthur, but we opened this last week with a song because, you know, Andy and I, we have a punk band we're going to start up after we get this going called Our Sorry Project.
Sound like the Captain and Tennille.
Yeah, like, so we might be coming out. So when you say send something, that means we send you something that's already made and you just distribute it at that point?
No, we would take what that is, and depending on what would be released, sorry, I'm cleaning out a glass. You know, the different mediums that we use are based on the artist, really. Like, we'll do 7-inch lathes. I'm planning a big project as far as records are concerned for my stuff.
That's
so
pretty cool.
There's going to be a lot of cool shit happening. But right now we're on the ground floor. And the good thing about this is that we're not pocketing anything. Everything that we make off of each release goes towards the next release. So it's not like we're like, oh, I'm going to get rich selling this shit. No, it's just whatever's there goes right into the next thing. This way it cycles within the label. There's no, you know, so we're not paying an arm and a leg for everything we put out.
Okay, Claire, on the comments, Claire Marie Poetry said, equal opportunity for those with passion and talent. Yes, I definitely agree with that comment right there.
That's my girl, Carly. Carly, we got our shot, honey. Let's talk. We'll talk. We'll get our band together, too. I know me and you, girl.
Oh, my goodness.
This is really
to start a band.
If you want.
I feel like my head is too shiny. Yeah, now it's a party. Now we're down. Like, now I feel like we're down, actually. Arthur's having a party, and we were invited, and now we're there. Like, he had the party thing. I think we were invited.
Oh my God! So
I'm alone with
You think? No, Andy, what do you
no,
think?
I think it's on us. He's showing us. Oh, that's dope. I love the vinyl record thing.
That's
It's
my
awesome.
Coltrane record I'm listening to.
Nice. Oh man. No, I think this is awesome that you're doing that. Like now you're providing a platform to in such a different dynamic way. I mean, what was the pivotal point that made you say, you know what, let's do it? Like, what was that day like when you and your son had that conversation?
So that was, actually, the disc for this came in the mail, and I was talking to him, and I was getting ready to cut the labels, like the inside, the insert, and put them in it. And he looked at me and he goes, well, what if we started our own label and put it out? I was like, holy shit, that's a good idea.
Bro.
And then the more we talked about it, 'cause he's a very, very passionate kid about music, about art. So when we start talking about it, it's like we come to the conclusion that we both have some kind of I don't want to be offensive when I say it, because it wasn't meant to be offensive. It was just the way our minds work, to where we can't. There's so many things going on at once up there, but they're all in the creative spectrum. So like this one idea will be like, fuck yeah, let's do that. Then a week later, it's like, fuck yeah, let's do that. But we don't forget about the first thing. We just build on it. So that's kind of what happened with this, is where he was like, let's do it. Let's put it out. We'll do it as like the first release. And so we did it. And we've been getting a very positive response for the label itself. So far, so good. You know, we got the store set up. We have the Bandcamp set up where you can eventually, you'll be able to listen to every band on the label.
Wow.
But I should say the second one of these will probably be on my Bandcamp. So I had the 10 for the label, 10 for me for the Bandcamp, just to, I mean, let's be honest, they're all coming from the same house, because the label is run out of the basement that I'm in right now. But it's just for the sake of, like, you know, of the Bandcamp.
So you got to diversify anyway. You got to diversify. So that sounds like a good idea.
See, but look, but like your album being the first one on that in the shop is awesome now, because you basically are paving the way. You're laying the foundation. This is the first part of the foundation that's going to be built for what you guys are trying to do. So I think this is awesome.
Well, I can tell you this without giving away too much, is that the next release that we put out is pretty fucking incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking blow minds, because it's not what you would think it is, but the songwriting, everything about it is ridiculous. So just keep that up there for the future.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, that's good. That's what's up, man. You know, and it's like I remember I remember last time we were talking. I feel like the authenticity of poetry and what we're and the art of it, of what you're doing, what we're doing now. It's like it's been lost, you know. And I think it's awesome that now we're gonna basically rebuild back up, pretty much for the better. And that's what's up, you know.
Speaking
so
of
my
Lennon,
question is,
Lennon just popped in to say hi.
Sup, Lennon?
Oh my gosh, hey, that's the #1 dude, right?
Yes.
We had him last time. We gotta get him on, because he's the one who just started this record label with his old man, his dad there. And he tried to say it was only 50-50, but we know you're doing all the work, right, Lennon, right?
You have it.
Gotta be the kids, right? Or you making dad do all the work. I don't know. We'll have to
find out. Do you have a second to come in?
Yeah, could he come in? Yeah, have him request.
Second to come in, buddy?
Yeah, let him come in.
Yo, all right, let's see.
That'd be awesome.
He said,
oh my God, I'm so excited if he's coming back. Also, like, this is like the right time when we want to go into the album, because again, he's so modest talking about all the things that they're doing at this household in that basement right there.
There he is.
But
come in. Oh my
God, hi.
Wrong angle.
Hey.
What's going on?
What's going on? Father, son, one more time. This is amazing.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Congratulations on your first launch.
I'm stoked. I mean, the immediate hype that followed it I wasn't expecting it, honestly.
No, it was expected. Bro, come on. You guys are quality. We got a good community out here, right, Andy?
Yeah.
we would put low hanging fruit on this quality program, right? Because the production value is so good here. Yeah. But like this is like the right time to talk about the album.
Yeah.
Because Andy, again, this guy, your family, so humble with all the things that they're doing right now. But you actually put out quite a bit of this spoken on a different album before. It might have been a cassette or whatever. It was a different order. I'm really curious to how you decided to put the order of this album, this recorded poems, because you had used these poems, not all of them, in the past. So like, what made you design that?
Well, the other one was garbage. It was when I first started attempting to record and do things with the music, and at the time it was awesome. And then I re-listened to it about like a half year ago, and I was like, what the fuck? So I have those, but they're gonna sit in the box and collect dust.
Wait, so basically, so that's like the pre, what do you call, not an EP, but what do you call that?
It was like the demonstration.
Side? Is that what that is?
That is
the In the Lake release is more like a demonstration.
Oh, okay.
Actually, can we go back to Lennon for a second? Can you tell us anything about that you guys are going to be releasing soon? Because we weren't allowed to get the details, but you're the official CEO, head of honcho in charge. Can you drop anything about what's going on?
I heard what you said about it.
The next release is going to be incredible. That's what I said.
I can't really give away anything.
Okay.
But
okay, so it's legit.
It's an artist that isn't really known that much. It's
They will be. They will.
Yeah. But
I can believe that.
It's funny, the story behind the music on it, without giving away too much about it, it was just, I've been friends with this person, and all of a sudden she's like, oh, I make stuff, I make music or whatever, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, let me just check it out, see how it is. And I listened to like one of the songs, and I was like, oh my god, it was just like such a surrealist kind of sound.
Okay, because I was going to say, can you even say anything about it, but that you just did, because it's that whole genre, like, we haven't even heard it before. It's going to blow our freaking minds is what we're saying. So do we know when we can get any hearing on that?
Well, I'm trying to...
when it gets closer.
Yeah.
Well, what's closer? Like 5 days, 5 years? When are we...
Not tomorrow, but not next week.
But not like next month or next year?
Sense, by the way.
That made no sense at all.
Sorry,
you'll see.
So as far as the album goes, so the process of actually creating the album, and what I mean by creating an album, like obviously you have the cover and all this other stuff.
Sorry, Carly, we're gonna play a couple of absolutely, Carly. We're gonna play some of these tracks for sure, definitely.
You're gonna make me listen.
Sorry, because I'm sorry. So you don't know if we ever play the songs.
Yeah. We'll have a live sample later on tonight in the show for sure. For those who are just walking in, guys, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. So you put the songs, because she said something about putting the songs in a particular order. Did you do it like that on purpose?
Okay, so I started it. Like there was a little bit of an intent when it started, and then it kind of naturally went the way it did. So like it started with one, and I'm not sure what progression exactly I was trying to go.
Two then after one?
No. It goes 1-5.
I heard it start with one. Sorry.
It goes 1-5 for those of you who count like me at home.
Because I've actually had a chance to check out the entire 1 through 12 track lineup, and I feel like you did a really good job building in a couple of movements from the combination of the tracks. So I don't want to cut out. That's what we're kind of. Why did you build it this way? Other than 1 to 5, we went 2.
Well, each one of them they're all varying degree outside of Oh Holy Fable, which, sorry, Andy, but outside of
we're not going there tonight. I don't want to go. They're having a fun time. I believe I can do it. I believe we can come to the table and whatever, but I'm not going to go there tonight.
No, it's fine. I always tell people I don't get offended.
Can we play track 1 now? Would that be a good time to play track 1?
Yes.
Let's play track 1. And before we play track 1, why don't you set it up, whether it's you or Lennon, who can set up track 1 for us? What are we going to get right off the bat for those friends who get the last 2 albums? Because we're almost done here, friends, for the first edition.
I have Coltrane so I don't know.
Yeah, I can't throw it on right now.
We're gonna play it. No, we're gonna play it.
Oh, okay.
I need to know what is that. What are we setting up? Because I know what it's about, but people out there want to hear from you. They don't want to hear what we read about.
Oh, a
talk
pack
to you
of
about.
day.
Yeah, what's that about?
That is about
Starting
my
with
old
that,
man.
number one.
You gonna let me talk, Angela?
No. Can we be honest? This is a little bit better than the first time that we did, like 3 weeks ago, because it was my first live. We interviewed Arthur my first time. We did this, and it was a shit show then. It's only a half shit show now.
Oh,
No?
well
Okay,
then.
I'll stop talking. I'll just turn around. You tell me when I can come back.
Put it that way.
Oh my.
I'll give.
If we sell out, then I can come back to the show. There we go.
No. So it's a pack a day, and it's about my old man, who died in 2010. So.
Oh wow.
So it's basically just kind of reflecting on when I would go fishing with him and how smoking cigarettes at the time reminded me of him and reminded me of back then. So that's good.
We're gonna have our audience. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay, so I was gonna say we're gonna play it first, but like I know that we both had listened to it. We were talking about it. I had some thoughts as well.
That's
I know
him
Andy
right
does.
there.
But let's play it first so everybody can participate in this awesome conversation. Because also we're talking about your family member as well. It's almost like an ode, and I know that you don't feel too keen on the old afterlife thing, but I think our friends are gonna hear almost like it's good.
Okay. All right. So this is a pack a day, and then I have some questions I want to ask.
Of course.
Hold on.
No
Our
problem.
first album release party, everybody.
Okay.
Ooh.
And this is him and myself when I was a wee little tot.
Yup.
So,
There it is. And I have my copy right here. Thanks to
Oh
Angela.
my gosh. Yeah, you got it with the original release.
that's
Yes.
So, Lennon, do you look like that side of your family, or you look like the other side of your family? Like would you fit in that 3-person? Like, we put a third generation photo on that?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, that's it? Okay,
Yo,
perfect.
show your face, Holmes. If you can't tell, he's my son.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get in close. I can't see it. Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
All right. Let's play
Only
the
he
song.
doesn't have a half-ass beard.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
Andy, you got the beard.
Yeah. I get that. I get that from my
Andy's
Obvious.
got
So
the
we're not
tape for the
going
lion
there
beard.
again. We're not going to the beard conversation again. Please don't.
dad.
Play the song. Let's
All
go hear
right.
it.
All right.
So again, if you get this album, this is what you hear first right off the bat.
You guys can hear it?
Yeah.
Not anymore. Oh, there we go.
Maybe they remind me of my father. Remind me he would fish with a cigarette out of his mouth, talking shit, blaming a lake for never catching anything. It was
God, I
always
hate my
lakes.
voice.
The smoke crawling down my throat reminds me of those days. I don't believe in people being there after they die. You have to be fucking crazy to believe that shit. But the butane smell and the smoke in my lungs makes me feel as close as I possibly can. It takes me back to those days of fishing with the old man. Maybe he was right. Maybe it was
All right. And that was pack a day. So, okay, wait. All right, before I.
So yeah, I know this is gonna be tough for you too.
Okay, no, okay, let me, because I'm
Hold on.
trying to say something, and it's like, you're not
Sorry.
letting me talk.
Overload,
Okay, I'm
man.
sorry.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. No, so, so I was talking about it with Angela a couple of days ago, because my dad's anniversary just passed, that he passed away. So it's like, so when I hear this song, it reminds me a lot of my dad. I mean, I never went fishing with him or anything like that, but it's the whole, you know how he said, oh, it's the lake's fault, it's the lake's fault, it's this. Like, my dad was kind of the same way, where, like, whenever things didn't go a certain way according to plan, it was like, oh, but this guy, the third. And I'm like, and I'm thinking in my head, okay, do you ever think maybe you might have contribute to the situation as well? But it's one of those things, like, it really brought me home, you know. I really like that piece because of that. So I see I had a question. I actually forgot what the question was. I was going with this. Was this okay? So when you wrote this piece and decided to record this piece, was it hard for you to actually record it in a way? Like, did it remind you of something, or was it like walk me through that process of actually recording the piece onto this beat that you?
Well, anything that's that close to the chest is hard to record. So it's not like, you know, a day at the office where you go and I'm just going to read this poem, because it's not just a poem, you know? So it took a few takes, but with that poem, it was originally on a cassette that came out on In the Lake Records out of Chicago. So basically, when I recorded that, and this is not with the newer stuff, this was back then, it was a different time. If you listen to the cassette from track 1 to the last track, I recorded them in the order that they're on the tape. You hear me getting progressively more drunk. So
Oh, wow.
I start off very clear. By the end of the tape, I'm just like, and then it's over.
Wow.
So that
But-
itself almost becomes its own performance
I
in
always-
itself to take.
I always thought of it like that, actually.
Yeah.
I think
So
the
actually
progression
that's
of it kind of showing is kind of, you know, artwork inside of poetry by itself.
I agree with you 100% on that, yeah. Because you're seeing almost the debilitation as it's happening in real
Yeah.
time.
But
It's
a
like
Pasadena was
a
at the beginning.
recorded performance art.
Yeah, again, performance art like this is totally rad, right? Love it.
So-
But I like that you let off with this one. When the one that you drank through, this was not your lead off. What was the lead off on that one? Is there like the radios? The radios
No, that one. The radio has been drinking.
Mhm.
I'm definitely drunk in that recording. You
Okay,
can
then what was the
tell.
first one on that then? That was originally one.
Ah,
I got.
God, I can't remember. I don't.
All right, I gotta go to the research team.
If you can go to the In the Lake.
Here, I'll find it right now. Hold
No,
on.
I'll beat you. I'm gonna beat the child. I know I can do this.
Don't.
You know it's 2023. You can't say that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm saying like I
I'm gonna
can get
beat
the
the
kid.
child.
Ow!
I-
Beat the child.
That came out so wrong.
I know, but everybody knew
Yeah.
I wasn't serious.
Ouch.
Oh, nah, but you gotta
You
use,
might have
you gotta use your
Another
words
guest at
carefully,
your
guys.
party
I
wearing
know.
a vest.
Oh, here we go. I think. Nope. Super news. Oh, wait, here we go. Here. It was, yep. It says the radio has been drinking, side A.
You're lucky my computer was like
Yeah.
just loading up.
Really?
40-year-old just took the child out. Just want to say
You
text
sure
with
that
here.
wasn't side B?
And I told the guy who did the thing what it was. You were drinking during it, weren't you?
Yeah.
Just said
See, it doesn't say the radio's been drinking. Can we play that track?
it was bad. It's my
All
least
right, so
favorite on the album.
I actually like that one. I hate that you said that.
Well,
I
because
actually
it's hard.
appreciate that whole concept of having inanimate objects join you in your
Well, that was
quest to.
inspired by Tom Waits. So
I get okay.
Yeah,
but
radio
I
opened up
felt
Losing
that.
Streak.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
and when I was writing, like early on, when I was writing a lot of poetry and doing the spoken word, I was listening to a fuck ton of Tom Waits. So that's where the radio has been drinking, because I think he has one about the piano has been drinking or something like that. So kind of went.
all right, awesome. All right, so I'm gonna play this song so
This-
everybody has an idea of the radio has been drinking.
This was original lead off. Not anymore.
The radio has been drinking sad songs and sorrowed sounds. The record is skipping and slurring its words. The needle is falling asleep mid-song. It's my fault, though. I've been buying it drinks all night. Nobody wants to drink alone.
And
I like this song because I like how it actually goes with the words. It's like I'm actually at a bar. Like I'm actually, you know what that reminds me of? You ever seen, you know that show Cheers? That's what that kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of. That atmosphere.
oh, okay.
I feel like
Fun fact
I feel like
about
jazz.
this too is that
I had
there is a bonus track on this, which is one of my first ever political recordings and writings. So, but we
You want
can
to go
get to that
straight there because I
eventually.
wanted to say something about the last thing.
Wait, what happened?
I actually had a different experience. Like I felt like, because we all have our own vices, and
Yeah.
with my vice, I take care of that. Like I'm alone, I'm sitting outside, and I felt like I bring that outside with me. So like again, I had a different experience. It's not like a cheer situation, but like an isolation. Like I'm ignoring my illness, you know.
Ah, okay. I see why you said that.
Well,
Okay, I get what you
That's
mean.
exactly
I get
what I
you
was
mean.
doing. So,
But like when I met you, I don't mean people having a good time. More like we're at a bar hanging out. Like you know how they're
Yeah.
hanging out and everybody's having their individual conversation. But I looked at myself like, okay, I am. I'm just, just
well,
drunk.
that's the best
my
part about
mind.
it, is that's kind of what I want. Like the fact that both of you have a different interpretation of the mood is exactly what I want. And if everyone listens to it and everyone feels exactly the same, then it's like, yeah. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
if you
it's a
felt one
three-pronged
way, you
system.
felt the other, then what's that?
I think it's a three thing. It's one, the artist creates, and that's their interpretation. Then us as the viewer, we have our own interpretation, and then us having this dialogue is the three-pronged system where it creates the community understanding, because we're talking about all these different perspectives, looking at the same thing, hearing the
Yeah.
same thing, and talking about the same thing. So that's what we're doing here. Love it.
But there's a couple tracks.
Bonus
where
track.
it's
Let's
like,
talk about the bonus track now. This is pretty
Oh.
political.
Bonus
It-
track.
well, it's more than pretty political.
It's pretty freaking spectacular. I just gotta say. Why don't you talk about
Political,
it?
Well, it's weird. I don't want to bring the mood down. You know?
I don't think we can bring the mood down
But
at all.
it-
Nothing can bring the mood down like that.
No, it's called Welcome to the Dark Ages, and it's basically directed towards the overturning of Roe versus Wade. So
Mm.
when I wrote it, it was actually it's something I'd been working on for since it was overturned,
Mhm.
but it never sounded quite right until I just said fuck it and recorded it, and then kind of finished it as I was recording it. So
That's kind of interesting to me because you seem to be mostly inspired by your own personal experience, but this one you said you were inspired by as soon as it
Well,
happened. Why
there's-
that?
because there's some things that obviously you can say like that's not my problem, but I mean
You could.
I have daughters that this is going to affect in the future. Everyone has kids that it's going to affect in the future. It could affect Lennon in the future. Like it affects all of us,
Mhm.
but mostly it affects women, and that's a fucking old white man dictating what a woman does with her body is not okay with me. So I wrote this.
Yeah,
So that makes
I
sense.
agree.
And of course, if you want to hear it, it's gonna be on this album right here,
Yeah,
guys.
we can't
actually
right now.
like
We don't have
track.
I don't have a CD player,
So
unfortunately.
you'll have to get it. It's
Yeah.
freaking fantastic, especially I know that we're not the only few that are,
So
passionate
yeah,
about
so
that.
there's two guys. If you just go to the website on Arthur's I can't.
It's at Achillies Records.
Yes,
That's actually where
thank
you
you.
Uh,
go. But I think you can also get it through the AJ Willhelm, his direct page as well.
Yes, he has the latest.
But
This is it right here.
goes
There's
right
two
to
left.
Achilles. So these are the
There's two left, guys. Come on, it's two left. We gotta sell this out tonight. Come on.
Can I talk about the kind of creation of the label?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So originally he was gonna like self-release these CDs, and he was putting them together, and he kind of mentioned it to me like in passing. He was like, "Oh hey, I have these
Let's see if
things I
our
was gonna do."
stories match.
All right. Well, I'll tell how it was told or how it would
Tell
happen.
the real story, Lennon. Tell the real story, not
But,
the fake one he said.
I like approached him after he showed me, and I was like, man, we could totally do something based off of this. We could totally because seeing how the DIY aspect really affected the CDs and how everything was produced. I just thought it'd be interesting to carry that kind of carry that kind of line and just keep putting out stuff like that. Help support the scene, all of the smaller artists around there, because this could have been, just another self-release thing, but we wanted to make it something that would keep going and, you know, help out our small but growing, you know, like the hardcore scene, even like the spoken word scene. It's like that, just like all the people around.
Our stories matched.
Yippee.
Right? It definitely matched. I have to say, like, the fact that it is something different about that actual physical release. Hold it up, Andy. Hold up the CD. Hold the CD.
Hold up the CD.
Again, like, that's you said something that was pretty interesting about, like, that DIY aspect. Like, do you think, not just here in, I guess we're in New Jersey, is that right?
Yeah, we're in Bayonne, New Jersey.
Well, yeah, but, like, you think this isn't going to go across, like, nationwide, that people want to start kind of making their own stuff again because we're past this point? No return, and you want to go
we
back
won't
to
have
that?
a label.
Huh?
I feel like DIY has never really died. You know, there's always
I agree with that. Yeah.
Nationwide, you have these kids, you know, screen printing out these like record sleeves and just having fun, you know, making their own zines, doing whatever they want to do to get their name out there and try to express themselves in this way that wasn't previously available. And I think this Achilles is nothing different from that. It's us trying to help out people that haven't really gotten that attention that they deserve from everyone around them, and we don't want to oversaturate them. What?
Now with social media, though, you guys have more access to expand on than just being in your own little kitschy little area, though.
Well, yeah.
Like, you're not just doing mailers. You're actually able to get to people that are across the globe.
I didn't have social media, so we did everything. Everything was snail mail. We made a demo. We mailed it to people.
Someone that just joined the live is actually going to be on the roster. And I can mention that. So we're going to try to.
If they want to jump in, they can jump in if that's okay with them. I think we can do.
I don't know.
I mean, they might
I'll
not to. I know it's hush 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 hush.
The general public. I'll explain it.
We don't have to.
We don't have to know anything, but it'd be cool if they wanted to. I mean, I want to give.
I'm not gonna give away everything, but all I'm gonna say is that we're not gonna try to limit ourselves to one genre. So, you know, we might involve, you know, harsh noise music, grindcore, but also keep the mellow, like, acoustic and, you know, spoken kind of you just want to go all around the area of music and not let that. We don't want one sound to define us. You know, we want it to be an all around community based, just people having fun, not taking it so seriously, just more, you know, doing what we want to do just for the sake of doing it, not because we want to do it for something else.
Can I just say thank you for joining our live, because I think we're going to keep talking to you about this, because you're at the precipice of adulthood. What is next for you? Like, are you going to go full-fledged into this and take it on, or what are you doing, dude?
Gonna take it on?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens, man.
Word. No, that's what's up. I love the fact that you guys are doing this. This is all awesome, man.
So many creative ideas, but no idea when or where.
No, but you mentioned something about like, you know, you had the mail back then. See, like when I was growing up, it was like AOL-ish, pretty much everything. There was no Telegram. It was like AOL, and then later on came in like MySpace.
So, Andy, did you have a phone on your wall?
Yeah, of course I did.
Okay.
I have a fax machine. No, see, like I have a fax. Yeah, but I have a fax, right, with my printer, and I have an actual phone. And it's actually a landline phone and everything.
Who the hell has a landline anymore?
I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I was a child that had a landline, but I also grew up with internet in high school. So I'm technically on the verge of both people here. I think I
was like 15 or 16 when AOL was a thing.
AOL, yeah. Yeah, you got like a certain amount of hours at the time. I think 103 hours or something like that. And you got like a CD with the web browser.
Found credit cards, so we never did that.
Oh my God.
There was always ways to skirt around everything.
And it was dial-up too. It was before faster. It was dial-up.
Oh my gosh, you guys can use that for your like music, the little dial-up sounds. See if you can incorporate that in some sort of cool thing.
I mean, something like that's gonna come up in recorded poems.
Is it? Like, we already figured something out? Something cool?
Yeah, we're gonna work together. Lennon's gonna do the noise music.
Ann's in the live. I don't know.
What?
I said Ann just joined the live. I don't know if we should talk more about
If you, that's up to you, brother.
Ooh.
Son.
And let's see. I'll ask. Should I ask? And should we talk about the funny mystery release thing?
To be
Unless
honest, if you want to get your stuff out there to people that might not have been exposed to you, like that'd be cool to hear about it. I like to learn new stuff personally, but it's okay if you want to keep it hush hush.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the whole point. Like, it's supposed to be a surprise because
I know that's the part. Like, I understand that's your kitsch, just like this this nice decor, the fact that we're having a party, that's our kitsch. So I understand the hush hush secrecy is important, and we don't want to ruin the luster of that. So we don't want to take that from it.
Well,
again, nobody's ever be uncomfortable or forced to do or talk about anything on our show.
Up to you, Lennon.
I mean, and just said we could talk about it, so I reckon we could.
Well, thank you so much.
So the first official release is going to be a 7-inch lathe cut record by Anne, actually, and it's a 5-track acoustic. It's in the same vein as artists like Mazzy Star and Elliott Smith. It's very lo-fi recording.
It's ridiculous. I think people are gonna really enjoy it.
It was honestly, it was a really interesting EP. Like when I first heard it, I was like, damn, like I didn't really expect this because she was like always like really either talkative or quiet, and I never expected like a musical kind of stand from that. So I was like, wow, this is really like different. And there's a lot of like music at the school we go to, but it's like it's like spread out and like dispersed. But like to hear something like that, where it's something I could like understand, and it stood out, So I was like, that's sick. We handmade all the record jackets, which is us gluing newspapers and like cutting out letters.
You gotta wait.
Doing stuff, typewriters. Huh?
I said they gotta wait to see that.
Oh yeah, I'm not posting that yet, but just the description.
No, couldn't do that.
Oh man. So let's talk more about the album. There's one track you had on here called "We've Lost the War." For those who, again, we have two left, guys. Yes, 2 left. Please order it. You have to order it.
Or I'm never doing this again. I'm not going on this again. I put too much out there for this not to work.
Yeah.
I'm putting my name on the line, Andy.
Oh my
I might not be back next week.
Oh my God.
Of course we're gonna sell out. Come on.
So talk to me about "We've Lost the War." Talk to us about that piece.
Well, that one, I read that one on the last live.
Yes.
Yeah. So that one was kind of it's one of the more, I guess, depressing things where like you feel like everything is going wrong. It doesn't matter if it's not. It doesn't matter if your life is great. Everyone feels like things are going to shit at a certain point or another. And that was kind of my mindset when I wrote it. And kind of the whole idea of "We've Lost the War" was just like primarily with ourselves. You know what I mean? Like everyone goes back and forth with themselves, and eventually you throw your hands up. So,
but you know what's interesting? Like it is like I feel like, at least for me, I feel like we're always fighting a war within ourselves. Especially for me, I mean, I don't expect everybody to understand this, but me being, I don't want to say man of God, but being someone that believes in God and that follows Jesus, stuff like that. That struggle between yourself and trying to live in His ways and all that other stuff, that's a war in itself too for me, because I'm trying my best to live in His way, but yeah, I'm still struggling with other areas of my life. I'm like, okay, I know this doesn't honor you, Lord, but it's like, this is hard. It's
like knowing better and doing better are 2 different things.
Right.
We all know better, but we don't always do better. But here's what I want to say: with this specific track, with the "We Lost the War" thing here, it's towards the end of the album. Why did you put this one towards the end? It looks like second to the last, other than of course our bonus track. Because again, you start off with kind of like a uplifting but still sad homage to your father. Then we can kind of go into some like simple annoyancey things, kind of building into the "Oh Holy Fable" 4th track, and then some other stuff. But at the end, again, you have like a positive track which we want to go into. But then you of go into a decline after the positive track with We Lost the War being towards the end. So why there?
Because I don't want to end on a happy note. It's kind of not.
But you ended with the day after Christmas, which is also another honoring of a fallen family member.
Yeah, but it's far from happy.
I know it's not happy, but you start with an honoring piece, you end with an honoring piece.
Right.
And,
they bookend the album, and it's for different reasons. But all the stuff in between, like We've Lost the War, plays right into the day after Christmas. Because
so that's kind of, you led that back into it, because again, we have kind of like a medium happy going into this, right into where is it? It kind of goes right before The Radio Has Been Drinking, which is kind of like the last, like You're Out of Control. Then we go into this positive piece, which I wanted you to talk about. We're gonna play it live.
Okay.
This one's kind of an interesting one. It's really awesome because again, you seem to be more of like a down, but this one is uplifting, and I want you to be able to talk about that too, because it kind of, again, you have this uplifting piece, goes into a sad piece after that.
Which one are you talking about?
This one we'll play right now.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's
She is alive. She is mine. And when her eyes open slightly, I kiss her.
Ooh, that is about Shayna, my fiance.
Sorrow, wrapped up in numbing myself, drinking the
That's pretty self-explanatory.
I smoke
Well, we're gonna talk about it in a good way
Okay.
because of how you built this album.
So it's easy because in the middle of the shitstorm is when I met her. So that's when things changed. So it makes sense for it to be in the middle of the album.
Can we not talk over it though?
Okay. See, I like the atmosphere of that too, because it's like I feel like I might
Because he's out of control with The Radio Has Been Drinking right before that, and then you have this positive piece, which I know you're very much inspired by your family and people who are connected deeply with your family. So we want to hear about that. Talk about your family and how great they are and how they inspire you.
Well, one of them's right there. Obviously, he inspires me. Because, but yeah, every day there's something to be thankful for, right? And to be happy.
Obviously, like your whole household is in support of this whole entire adventure. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't be able to do that. So obviously, your entire household has to be behind the two of you, feeding your drive to do this. Because if it wasn't for your household, you wouldn't be able to drive forward, right?
I mean, yeah, like the girls are excited. They kind of hang on Lennon's every word, so.
Yeah.
That's why I got the number one dude the first time we talked to him.
They think I'm famous because it's on fucking Amazon. So they're like, oh my God, you're famous. I'm like, nope, I paid for that.
I mean, you've done a lot of stuff. Like I've done nothing. I have nothing. You can't get anything of mine in any capacity, not even out of the trash. So like, I don't want to hear any negativity about that. But so after this Alive piece, actually was one of my favorite.
If I click your name, I have all your writing. So you're wrong.
And so like, hold on. So the track after it, you got to this high point, and then you took us right back down with one of my favorite tracks, Probably Drunk. We have that. Wait, that one. I like how this one ends.
All right. I mean, I don't want to get. Okay.
And that's the last one, please. The last one.
All right, because the thing is, I don't want to give too much away
I know.
from the album because this is supposed to be.
Is that okay? Can we play the last one, please? That's it.
Oh, I got.
No,
Normally
that's Arthur. Can we play the last
the whole
one?
album front to back, so it's not a problem.
All right, play that.
All right.
And that's it.
Okay.
And he says no more.
No, because
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Because I want people to like. Okay, we share an example of what to expect. But I want everybody to really purchase the album before the night's over. So then
Yeah, we gotta support each other. That's what we're
left.
doing here. That's what we're doing.
We have two left, and come on, guys, two left. All right. So,
Yeah, right here.
I've been here before. Dance with ghosts. Lit a cigarette and let sorrow and believe. Smile through broken and tied a noose out of heartstrings. It feels like I'm drowning on land. Tourists taking pictures to notice. All the people who don't do this for.
that's that's cool. You know what? You know what I thought about? Like you know those movies like Dick Tracy, Casablanca. That's what I thought about.
The music definitely is like it really gives that.
With the fedora
that,
hat, the little fedora hat, and like, okay, I need to go because I really don't give a damn. It just walks away, kind of thing. Like that's exactly what I thought about.
Yeah. Well, if you were
Hear
listening to like the whole thing there, I see that as now we're going back into the decline. We had our moment, and then of course, like all things, we sometimes slip in. There's the decline. That's where we hit the. Now we're going on the tumble down towards the end of the track.
See, but it just answers the question I had earlier about, you know, obviously he did this on purpose. Like he set it up like in these order on purpose because it's like, hey, I could be this way, but I could also be this way. But there's also this. But then there's also, hey, listen, it's not always gonna be up here. Sometimes I'm gonna have my low points. I mean, like I was telling one of my coworkers earlier today, you know, like when it came to my father, I have closure. You know, I visited his grave and I felt peace. I'm like, okay, you know what? He's in a better place, no problem. But it's just the whole, you know, it's like there's never a time where every time that day comes, you know, I'm gonna feel a little bit off because it's like it wasn't just the fact that he passed away; it's the stuff that happened that I can't get off my mind. Like I remember my mom waking me up and you know, telling me to check on my dad, and then he takes his last breath. So it's just so many things that happen after the fact. It's like, I don't want to say it hurts. It's more like it's still, I guess it's that it bothers me a little bit in that way where it was still kind of hanging over me because that image is still playing of him, like just being dead, you know. But it's like, I know he's in a good place, but there's not a time where I don't miss him. There's not a time where I don't really think about that day, especially this past Wednesday. And it's just like, I'm like, babe, you know what? Just so I don't get. And I was just telling my wife, I said, babe, I'm gonna go to Manhattan. I'm gonna just take some pictures and just be on my own. Like instead of staying in the four walls of my house, because I know if I stood there, I would have gotten really depressed, and I didn't want to go through that. So I went to the city, took some pictures. It was nice out, and I actually felt good. Like I was at peace. I was just reflecting a lot, but I was outside the four walls. I got out of Bayonne for a little bit, and I was good. Like I was good. I didn't get crazy about it, and it was good. I had a great time. And I think sometimes we need that in our life, and that's why I like about this album because you're showing every aspect possible. Hey, I have some downtime. I have some depressing times. I have times where, hey, I want to be silly. I want to be depressed sometimes. Maybe I don't want to feel this way. Maybe I want to feel alive. But you're showing the fact that there's always going to be different seasons in your life that, hey, I'm going to go through these things.
That one, Probably Drunk, was, so the tourists were friends who, when I was really going through it, actually gave me shit like it was a problem. You know, like kind of disregarded all of the shit I was going through. And then I had my family accusing me of always being drunk. So my family are the people that know me, and the tourists are those friends that discarded me because my depression was a problem for them.
Yeah, I almost felt like it was where you were, or my interpretation when I read it is imagining the person was so out of sorts that people just ignored it altogether. So you were free to just be whatever son of a person, nasty, because nobody's gonna stop you at that point. So might as well go as hard as you can.
But you know what?
That's how I felt when I read that.
But you know what I think sucks about that though? I hate the fact that, let's say when I'm going through a tough time, I'll give you an example, right? Like back, you know, when I was single, whatever, I had these friends, you know, I was always the go-to guy. And then, but when I needed someone to go to, it was kind of, no, but let me tell you about me first kind of thing. Right. And it was like, okay, but what about how I'm feeling? What about the fact that I'm going through a tough time? I just broke up with my second girlfriend. This is an example, but it's like, oh, disregard what I feel. Disregard the fact that I might be on the verge of suicide because you want to talk about your shit first. And it's like, I'm not saying that we can't talk about your thing. What I'm saying, okay, but can I get this off my chest first? Because if you're just making me feel like what I say or how I feel does not matter, because like, I mean, excuse my language, but I don't want to fuck with you. Like, that's kind of how I feel. I don't want to fuck with you for what?
Yeah.
And I think it's like that we, my bad, sorry.
No, I cut you off.
No, I just think it's messed up that we live in a civilization now that people always want to be first, I guess, if that makes sense. That it's like, oh, me, but like, okay, that's cool, but no, but me first kind of thing. I think that sucks, you know. It's like making people feel like what they feel don't matter. I think that's the issue I have with civilization today, because there's entitlement, there's all these things, and it's just like, okay, but can we just talk less and listen more type of thing? And then that's kind of where I feel I'm at this point. I don't know. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I feel like we're in a place where people are so used to either like not having that platform to express themselves and having to just like get used to bottling it up, but that usually ends up in just everything going more downhill. But there's that side. There's also the side where everyone tries to one up each other, and there's never a median where people can just talk about what they need to talk about. People always have to either be competitive about their own struggles and their own issues, or they don't speak at all, and it messes with them in the end. But it's just this conflict.
Two things real quick. One, psychologically, neurons firing in our cerebral cortexes have been changing, and we are struggling to get past the immediate gratification. So we are struggling psychologically to plan ahead and see things. So again, people don't do small things now for the future, because if you don't see that future, it's not something we want to be a part of. So again, we have to let go of seeing the results sometimes. Two, when you talk about one-upping each other, there's a really good, really interesting thing with evolution about access to resources actually changed the way different primates evolved, where the bonobos are more friendly because they had access to food resources, where the chimpanzees are more aggressive. There's, a lot of inter-tribe fighting. They're killing each other's babies. The women are separate. We're in the bonobo community. They're working together, and because of access to resources. Cool. Connecting it all.
Yeah, that's deep. Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah. That's deep.
This a National Geographic.
I was about the deepness.
Yeah, that's kind of deep. I'm not gonna lie.
All right,
that was like
yeah.
Access to resources, sharing, and greater good.
But what happens? When the access to resources become tainted? Like, what if when we take it so for granted, now it's like it's used for bad when it should be good, used for good?
Well, that's
when
like
I say resources,
anything, right?
That's the problem with everything. Yeah, I feel like at a certain point,
starts out with good intentions, and then the wrong people get it. It goes to shit, right?
Of course. We can't trust each other.
That's who we are as a society. We take something good and we fuck it up. That's why we can't have nice things.
I think it sucks.
But we don't have to at the same time. That's what
right. But the thing is, if we don't have proper guidance, though, like if we don't have.
But we don't need guidance if we take care of ourselves. If everybody takes care of themselves and their responsibility, then we're good.
Yeah, but
you gotta take care of yourself.
Right, but guidance, but it's hard to take care of yourself without guidance. It's hard to.
Yeah, you have to know what to do in order to take care of yourself.
But like, but if you okay, so I'm gonna go biblical on you just to prove this point. Like, there's a verse in the Bible that says that bad company corrupts good character, right? So pretty much you are what you surround yourself with. And
there is a phrase: "A one bad apple spoils the bunch."
Right. So it's like you are what you surround yourself with. So if you're surrounded by negativity, you're gonna be negative. If that makes sense. It's like if you're surrounded by people who are entitled, guess what? You're going to be the same way. You're going to inherit that same exact trait that you probably didn't have before, right. But because you're being influenced by something that you normally wouldn't have been influenced by in the first place.
I'm not just stupid. Everybody else, I have this to say. What about our friends out there that struggle with that? They cannot control those kind of feelings.
This is true. It's all about the influence on top of that, and it sucks too because if you don't have the correct, I don't want to say corrective because I don't think there's such thing as a correct influence in that way. Like if you're just surrounded by influences and it compromises what could be good, then it's like sucks.
Let's ask the father-son thing. I mean, father already said depression experiences. Right. We also talked about drinking experiences, and then we also have a future, adult here in the world. What are your thoughts on this topic about people who are struggling with those negative thoughts that they can't control? Because these are things that happen to all of us, I'm sure.
I feel like, most of my current generation, it's very, it's struggling. I mean, because people always put this pressure on us. Oh, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to, like, change the world, you have to try to do something for everyone. And you always get kind of pushed, and people are trying to, like, make you live up to these standards that are almost, like, impossible. We have to try to seem like you're something that you really realistically can never be, and you just try to fit these like standards, quote unquote standards that are being put on you, but it's more difficult than people like seem to understand. So every moment, there's so many people like, kind of struggling with their own like inner workings and like inner thoughts, and it's like people don't seem to understand, and every time someone tries to talk about it, it's always like complaints, and it's always an issue.
Or because it's like they dismiss it, they become dismissive about it. So I was gonna ask you, because you said something very interesting. So the pressure, because when I was growing up, I don't know if this is all, but I know in Hispanic culture there's this expectation that we have to live up to a certain way because our parents did, right? Like my parents were 1950s Puerto Ricans, so when it came to like the millennials, the 90s, they didn't really understand the stuff that we kind of talk about now, like depression, mental health. Hey, listen, like I'm being bullied at school, and I was always told, get over it, stop being a baby, you're fine. In actuality, I wasn't fine. I wasn't, like, my emotions, my feelings were not allowed, right? So with that being said, right, so I guess my question to you is, walk me through how that makes you feel, knowing that there's this pressure on you now, because I know there was pressure on us, and I feel like, I don't want to say my generation, but I feel like it's my generation's fault that the younger generation has to face certain things, and I feel like it's like we weren't able to correct what should have been corrected. Like, I guess my question to you is, how does that make you feel? Like, walk me through that process of, I guess, thinking. Like, how does it make you feel? How does it make you think a certain way because of those things?
Well,
I have a follow-up question about.
That makes sense.
I have a follow-up question about the complaining and resiliency for both of you. So go ahead about that first. Your thing first.
All right, but did that make sense what I said? Did I explain that?
Yeah.
No,
what
you
are you
explained
thinking?
that perfectly. I think trying to get over that kind of pressure that the people like surrounding, it's all these, it's even like teachers kind of put this kind of, oh, you have to do this, you have to do this when you grow up, you have to do this, you have to live by this exact, cookie cutter like lifetime.
Not all.
But in reality, I've learned to just like realize that there's so much more than life than just, waking up, doing something, trying to fit in with everyone else, when you can just go out, be yourself, and there's nothing you can lose from it. And it's kind of changed so much in a mindset way. Like, you're kind of taking yourself and removing yourself from what everyone else wants you to be to try to be your own person, and it works because no one else really does that thing. People try to conform so badly, but you want to be that one sheep running away from the flock. You don't want to be that. You don't want to like carry along and follow everyone else. You want to be your own person and like express yourself in the ways that you can self-express.
Hell yeah.
And it's made things so much simpler. I mean, there's, especially in hardcore, that's all it's about. It's about being yourself, explaining yourself, being whoever you want to be. There's so much freedom. You can play whatever you want, as long as there's passion in that, and as long as you've fully understood what you're talking about, what you're playing for. That's all that matters.
And if you're just joining us now, because a few people had just joined recently, I just want to cut you off. We're throwing a album release party at AJ Willhelm. Off of both of these two down here made that at Achillies label there for you, where you can get that at. But not just that, we're talking some real talk as well with our incredible duo down there. So again, I want to make sure that people had a chance to get to the album if they wanted to, because we're almost out with that. But then also, what about Brazilian? Oh, that's what I was saying. Also, this one I mentioned earlier too. If you missed earlier, they also said that they are not ageist or anyway. So even if you're like a 40-year-old person, just figure out this is who I am and
Whoa,
been out in
whoa,
the world like that.
whoa. Why you guys throw the
I'm saying like
40s out
anybody
there?
can do this.
43. Let's take it down.
You've been doing stuff though. I don't want to hear from you. You've been doing stuff.
Okay,
I
but
have not done anything, so I don't want to hear it.
But okay, but I want to hear it.
Poor
Because,
neighbors,
like,
dude.
I want to know because I'm only 30. I'm gonna be 38, but like this stuff I still haven't experienced yet. I want to know.
Yeah, you're with me. We're in the same car. We're trying to get onto their label because they said it's cool. So now, what about resiliency? Because again, you mentioned something very important, and again, I'm glad that our youthful person is talking here. Our elder can talk later.
Fucking hell.
We talked about
Come on, old man.
when people are talking about mental health, a lot of the times it does come out like they are expressing in a way that is very complaining. It's like this, and this, and this. Where did resiliency go? And then the resiliency is the fact that we could have two people in the same exact position. They both lose their parents. They both go into foster care. One has resiliency, one does not. That's where we look in psychology. So like, where is resiliency in your age bracket? And then also in our age bracket, where do we find resilience?
I feel like there's ways to bond over similar life experiences that you've gone through.
So
like
sharing like what you're doing now is a way we can do that.
Sharing
and increase
sharing
resiliency?
understanding and expressing the same emotions, kind of going through the because once you accept, if I'm gonna go back to the recorded poems actually, that when you shared that to me for the first time, I always took it as a fact that life is never going to either go up or go down. It's going to be always in the middle, kind of swerving between up and down. And I've kind of looked at it like that because realistically, there's never going to be complete lows or complete highs. There's always going to be that medium point where things are going to suck, but they're not going to suck too much.
Exactly.
And
it's so important. Go finish your thought, but I have something for you personally, and Andy, this also goes to you, and then you could also talk as well, Arthur, because it applies to everybody in this room. But finish your thought, because I don't want to cut you off, but I don't want to lose this. So I'm going to write down, finish your thought.
All right, but I feel like bonding and being able to share those experiences with people it makes it so much easier to talk about and get that kind of weight off of your chest, because there's so much to carry on your shoulders after all that, and trying to make understanding and make peace with yourself after what you have to go through. So when you find someone that understands and has been in that position, it makes things so much easier to kind of explain and relate and kind of form this bond where you can kind of trust each other to the point where you can talk about whatever and it's not even an issue anymore.
You're about to maybe change my opinion on something, so please bear with me. I, for the love of whoever, never want my own family, whether it's my parents or my children, to read and really reflect on my work ever. Like, I'd rather to keep that completely hidden from them.
Well,
You're saying that completely value, that gave you so much value into your life. So my question to you is, when and where were you when you really dove into this? And it obviously connected the two of you to a whole incredible level. And that's the same thing for you, Andy. You have a son that's younger. What about your thoughts on that?
All right, so let them go first, and then I'll tell you what. Yeah, so go ahead. Yes, I guess Lennon first, and then Arthur, and then I'll go after. Because I think that's a good question. Because that's a really good question.
Just what kind of relating and trying to find. I didn't really hear the what you were asking. I'm sorry.
Like, how old were you when you found your dad's work and connected with it on this level?
His computer.
Yeah, no, you would always print Iron Lung stuff on my computer, and I remember one time I was going through the PDFs and I was like, "Wow, this is
good."
Wow, it was kind of just this shock, because I've never seen such it was like an artistic side, and I was like, damn, that's really interesting, because because like even I've never said this to you directly, but if you look at some of my lyrics, that's kind of a lot of like the ways that it's phrased are kind of influenced by some of those earlier chapbooks.
Oh my God,
stop
we're
it.
fall down. Oh my
The
God.
ways that I throw those lines out there are really kind of that's why I don't follow like a rhyme scheme or anything. It's kind of more or less influenced by the ways that I've read that kind of quote unquote literature.
That's really
Goddamn.
That's I'm lost for words right now.
I know, it's an emotional moment. That's from.
I love this, and it's like back to what you're saying.
I still don't want to show my kids my stuff. I'm sorry.
No. So I everything you just said are the exact reasons to why I wanted to come back and do what we're doing now. It's because of this. I've never been given the opportunity to tell my story or to given a platform. Because one, I lived in a surrounding where that was embarrassing.
My platform.
Oh, you're crazy. You can't think like that. What are you doing? And it's like so much is available. Because, there was a time I almost left the community, and it was just so many things that happened that when I came back, I said, you know what, I'm going to push forward this time because there's stories that need to be told, and it just has to be told. Like, if no one, like, because if not me or not you or not us, because even you guys are providing the platform with the Achillies record label, So it's like even that in itself, that's like I was just saying when I first rebranded, I said I wanted to be like if I started something, I wanted to be the bridge that like right now, like what you're doing. I want us to build the bridge so other people could be inspired to provide platforms and to create things that never been created before because words matter, our stories matter.
Yeah,
it matters, and it's like we're gonna talk about things that. People, very, very unpopular conversations, but that's okay. So everything you just said hit home for me because I was telling my coworker, actually no, I was telling my other co-host Leon. I said, Leon, we were just having this conversation, and he said, well, one day your son's gonna look at this when he's older. He's gonna be like, wow, that's the side of my dad never saw because I never had that kind of relationship with my father. My father was very private. My father was very to himself because he came from the silent generation. They didn't really talk about that kind of stuff. I didn't learn about him until after he passed away. I didn't read his poems. Like I knew he wrote poems, and I guess just knowing that he wrote made me interested in writing. Like I just started getting inspired to write a book now. Like just looking at some really old.
Andy, what year was your dad born?
1950.
1950.
And my mom was 1954.
Arthur, when was your dad born?
48.
All right, and my dad's 41. Okay.
But the point is, I never actually read any of this stuff until after he died. Like one day I was just because my mom had a 2-bedroom, and then they moved her to a 1-bedroom because my father passed away now, and then I had moved out already, and I was just looking at some stuff, and I so my Spanish is not that great as far as reading it or speaking it, but like when I read it like silently, I understand, and it's like wow, like my father had a lot of hurt that he never was.
Spanish.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
That's
oh my gosh!
Actually, the same thing happened when he read my work, where he told me he never realized how much I was going through. I'll never forget it. He was, I guess it might have been 6 years ago.
Oh,
I don't know. He was Lennon was like he was super young, and he read
11?
whatever was in the email, and he's like broke down and told me like I didn't realize you were going through so much.
Wow.
See, but it's stuff like this, what you just said, it helped me understand my father more. Put it that way. And yeah, I never got to talk to him when he was alive, but it's like I learned more about him after he passed on. I read his pieces in Spanish. I was like, wow, this is really, but I can never tell him, but I know somewhere he knows, So when you tell me your story about how Lennon saw your pieces and he was like, wow, I didn't realize how much hurt that was. It's like, it's stuff like your stories help me understand my father more, help me understand my parents more, and I think that's important.
Makes sense. I wish my dad had written because my dad, he's still with us from 1941, but he went through a whole lot of stuff. I mentioned that like the first time. I don't need to go into it, but again, he is you get pulled up by your bootstraps kind of person. You cut people off when they don't treat you right, and that's how I am. I want to be connected in that way because that's how I was raised. Like that's how he showed me. But again, my dad has hurt. My dad had a whole other family that I have siblings that I wasn't even raised with, and there's a lot of hurt there. So maybe he does golf, so that's his thing, and he takes care of my mom, who was also still alive. But
I actually wish that my dad wrote, because he was a pisser, man. He would we would, like, if we went to a wedding or something, he would get drunk. Sorry, I'm trying to get this record on. And he would just start telling us stories about different drugs and Vietnamese hookers from when he was in the Navy.
wow,
Oh my God.
he was what?
They
Before
were
into
the
the
best,
military.
they were the best fucking stories. He was in the Navy.
I was a Marine.
And I actually have 2 of his Order Magellan from when he crossed the equator. I have one here on one side of the bar and one here on the other.
That's
But
amazing.
yeah, he would tell me those stories all the time, so I wish he wrote. I actually mentioned it probably in one of the poems I have called, I believe it's the one, Lawnmower Man. And because he worked at a hardware store, so we used to fuck around and call him the Lawnmower Man. So that was the name of the
Oh
poem.
gosh. Did you like it? Did you see that?
What's that?
I believe you mentioned before that he had been one of the people in your life that had actually been encouraging you to pursue
Well, when I
this
first
kind of avenue.
when I first decided to put out a book, it was called Hate Mail Comes in August. And
Wow.
Does that mean something?
That was like, that was a
Yeah.
long time ago. But my father paid for my first UPC to have it in stores and shit.
Oh.
So he was the first
Wow, that's
person
incredible.
to pay for it to get published. So, and that was my very, very first book, is Hate Mail Comes in August, which is not available anymore. And then that turned into a bigger collection called If You Want to Hoot with the Owls, You Have to Scream with the Eagles. And my dad said that to me one day when I was puking my guts out after drinking a magnum of wine. And he walked into my house, looked at me while I was drinking, like puking on the floor in my living room. He lived next door at the time. And he looked at me and he said, if you want to hoot with the Owls, you got to scream with the Eagles, boy. And he walked out and went to his house. So I was like, well, that's the name of my book.
And there you go, look at that. Something like that became an inspiration. And there you go, name of my book. Perfect.
Well, and then the cover of that book was actually a painting that Lennon did in like first grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But even the simple, I always say it's all about the little things. Like the little things like that is the most impactful things, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So all of like that Iron Lung stuff was very like family based. You know, it was very like so supportive. It was just.
Eventually, I'd like to bring it back, but I don't have the stuff I need to do it.
So were you like little kids coming in wanting to fold the things up for, you know, you're putting it together, like family wise, or just like you just remember being young, playing around, and that was going on at the time?
I remember just kind of, you know, it was just like this level of, because I didn't understand it yet. I mean, Hate Mail came out in like, what, 08?
Maybe?
Somewhere around there.
You might be right.
So it was kind of just like, you know, I was too young to like comprehend that stuff. So I would just kind of see these books like thrown around, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
It also sucked. It was bad.
You're learning how to read.
No, that would be totally. Oh my. Oh.
No, the writing.
I'll be blown away. Oh.
It was like so it was after I was writing lyrics, I got into poetry, and then at the time I was like, this is awesome, and I read it now and I'm like, burn this fucking book.
You know what's crazy?
So bad.
You know what's crazy? I was reading a lot of my old pieces, and I felt the exact same way. I'm like, okay, this is so trash. And then I was looking at some of my stuff like, wait a minute.
Well,
my grammar was so weird. I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking here?
Well, no,
like, it's so crazy.
For me, it's just like, all right, I'm reading it, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then I'm like, oh, another poem about drinking. Oh, another poem about drinking. I was like, what the fuck? But that's what I was going through. And at the time, it was like, this is great. I'm getting it out. And now I read it, and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, like,
So
there's some that I really like, but then there's others that I'm just like,
yeah,
I'll get rid of those.
So it sounds like you were very much inspired by what you were going through, specifically drinking, as you mentioned. What is your writing process? Do you have a writing process? And then, Lennon, do you have a similar kind of creative experience, or is it whatever? So, Arthur, what's your writing process? What's your creative
My process is, I can't just write at the drop of a hat. I can't do it. Like, people that use prompts, I give you a lot of credit, because if I'm not feeling it, I'm not writing it. So, like, you could be like, the prompt is raindrop, and someone writes a fucking poem about a raindrop. I can't do that.
You know what's funny? I'm not a prompt guy. I tried to do a few prompts. I mean, there was some that I actually enjoyed. Like, there was one called
Pizza.
Oh, pizza. Oh God, no! When I'm writing a prompt about pizza, no. There was one that Natalie Cerna did with Stephanie Lampoach. I don't know if she's still on here.
I saw her talking.
It was called When Mars
I
Was
was in one of her anthologies.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. By the way,
we're gonna have it. Go.
No. So I'm gonna, because I did want to start promoting people too. So since we're on the topic, yes, this has been brought to you by Arthur's where's the CD? I just had his CD. Here it is. Recorded poems right here. Check it out. There's 2 copies left. And this is also brought to you by Quill Keepers Press. Check it out on Instagram if you want to publish a book, or if you want to see what they have to offer, check it out as well. All right.
And we'll be talking with her, so we're actually going to ask about that whole process coming up next week. We'll do a pre-record, and then we'll show you when we're going to do that. But
yeah, she's fucking awesome, though.
Yeah, yes. She's going to be on our show. We're going to be pre-recording next week.
I love what she does.
So you
with the anthology.
Got any questions we're going to ask her? What should we ask her next week?
Yeah,
what should we ask her next week when we get her on?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm not good at that. I just think she's awesome.
Okay. Tell her you think she's awesome, and once you think she's still here.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just had to throw it. I'm trying to promote now on the podcast. You know, I mean, again, I guess people who don't know what that is, say, hey, let's put it out there.
So why we're together, honestly, and we're going to usurp your time for just a moment, is because we are all about this. I mean, if you were here the first time we spoke, the first time Andy and I were together back in like February 16th, our friend down here, Lennon, actually went on the mic about how great what we were doing. And it was our first time then, and we're still trying to do that now. We're trying to give you guys a spot to showcase what you're working on and how to join you with that, how to engage with you on that, how we can get your work to other people's hands, because we can only know what we know, and we want to know what you're all doing. So again, we're talking about our friend at AJ Willhelm. If you don't know him, of course you do. His offspring right there as well, part of Achillies label that they put stuff out. And again, they're all about putting you guys out.
Yep.
Scrunch. Yes. Go put that down there again. I won't have any bob like last time. But
don't forget the underscore.
The underscore
I
is like the most important part.
I followed the tavern, by the way. I did.
Oh, the tavern. Oh, God.
Yeah, that was great. That was great on that one. But, like, again, I really appreciate hearing this full circle event. Like, we started with Arthur and his son Lennon, and now, even though this is our second part 2, we're having a couple of part 2s coming up.
Yeah.
We're still connecting on that tip again. How can we really expand on this human experience in a way that is welcoming and yet also revealing?
Yeah, at least in your opinion. What do you think in your opinion? I'm curious to know.
I think you should keep doing what you're doing, because
exactly. Don't change up anything.
Don't change up anything.
The more people you're
maybe
having
not
on.
because the audio didn't work, but don't change a thing. All right, I'm going to take Lennon's advice.
Yeah.
Can I maybe calm down a little bit? I've been chill this last hour.
One eats New Jersey pizza for the first time. Now she's the shit.
What? I don't know. What?
My wife texted me like, hey, you guys are too loud.
Shut her up.
I'm like,
she's never coming over again. You're never meeting again.
Oh my God. No, but she supports what I'm doing. And it's like, it's funny because even my wife was like, okay, when this year starts, you know, I expect you to start doing a podcast again. You need to start doing this again. But now it's like, that's
some next level support, my dude.
So everybody's family support them. What do we tell our friends out there that don't have family support? Because we know that we still want to hear from them. What would you guys say to those people that maybe have family members that are struggling with people actively pursuing stuff, or just don't get it, or just not in their way? Because it sounds like a family has been driving you guys, where I try to keep everything hidden from everybody. I don't know. So I heard I don't have to change it.
I mean, that's not necessarily true.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Lennon and I, we got our own shit. We don't involve people because it's our shit.
But it's still a family. Your father's son.
Right, but I like that bondness that you guys have.
There's that thing, but if everyone's involved, then it loses the significance that he and I have in this, right? And I don't necessarily need the support from everybody. As long as he's working with me and we're doing the shit we want to do, that's what matters to me.
So is he going anywhere? Are you traveling soon?
What's that?
What happens when he leaves? He's gonna have to flee the nest sometime. Or you staying home, boy?
Man,
I mean, he is my homeboy. So.
Okay, but just because, let's say he eventually moves out, right? It doesn't mean they're gonna stop doing what they're doing. They're still gonna do their thing.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
Even right now, he's at his mom's house.
He's not gonna get his own life.
You know, I'm at my mom's house right now. I'm not gonna but I'm doing this. You know,
we've been texting all night about the release and about future releases. It's no different than if he wasn't my son and he was just someone I didn't live with. You know what I mean? We're still gonna communicate and we're still gonna get everything through.
Well, hold on. Are you going to have to move Achilles out of the basement and actually have a standing third, like a place that you actually have to go to?
Okay.
Though?
All right. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah. Come on. Come on. What are we, sellouts?
Let us live in this world where we sold you out. Your money's going to this thing. The money keeps going. You obviously are supporting
we're not
ours.
Jade Tree, all right?
Yeah, right?
Oh, you're just going to work out of the corner.
One thing at a time, Angela. One thing at a time. What is your problem?
I heard I didn't have to change it all, so let me be me, man.
Yeah. No, good. Yeah. Oh, my God.
I don't touch that CD sleeve with those pizza fingers.
Hey, put it down, man.
No, my fingers are actually
I'm talking to this one.
Oh, yeah.
Me? I'm not touching anything. My hands are off. That's not even mine. That's Andy's. I'm not touching anything.
Oh, my God.
I'll go wash my hands, okay?
That's Andy's little dainty hand holding pizza.
What?
This is what you guys call Jersey pizza. It's just pizza. What's different about this than any other pizza? This is fine.
No, I
goddamn dare say that. Don't you?
I just did.
You say that.
I just did.
No,
it's better than Chicago style. I don't care. Chicago's terrible. This is horrible.
No, it depends.
No,
y'all don't have the hard water in Ohio, so
poetry. Am I right?
Pizza. There's Cleveland pizza. Do you not know about Cleveland pizza?
No.
It's about the dough. They do something with the dough. I think it's extra buttery.
Yeah, you guys also have MPK, so I don't care.
Best in dough. Cleveland won. Right in my area. Master Pizza, they won. Best in dough. Cleveland Pizza. God. Midwest Pizza is the thing.
No,
check it out.
New York Pizza, you go to Joe's Pizza or you go to Dollar Spot. Two Bros Pizza, $1.
Wait, there's a pizza place called Two Bros Pizza.
Two Bros Pizza, $1 slice. I kid you not. They have them in Times Square. They have them in Lower Manhattan. Kid you not. Yo, Two Bros, if you're listening, we're plugging your shit like whoa right now. Like,
yeah, please, Two Bros Pizza. I'm gonna check that out.
You have a great name.
Yeah, and anybody that doesn't understand, Andy and I are together because not only are we launching this amazing release party, but we're also going to be launching something for ourselves that we wanted to share with everybody too.
So even though the name of the podcast obviously Unraveled Influence, but me and her as a team, we are AM squared.
There's something terrible. Looks backward.
It looks like Ma.
But yo, it's Ma.
Ma.
Yo, Ma.
I have a huge pet peeve when their words are backwards in photographs. It doesn't make sense. We should have planned this out.
And then print it out and then hold it up. Yeah.
We should print it backwards.
Yeah. I don't know. We tried. No, but it's just,
I give up.
No, but eventually, yes, we are gonna start working on merchandising too, just for the fun of it. That's just one of those things. But
what we're saying is that's what we're doing. AM Squared is here because we want to provide an opportunity for you guys out there to tell us what you're doing, and we want to put it out there for you. So we're just here creating kooky content in between. Like again, we have this beautiful decor.
So with this being said, for those who are listening, if you guys want to be a guest on here, tell your story, just hit me or Angela up.
We have quite a bit of people that are already coming up.
Yes, next Saturday, we have Brandon White, poetry and music. He was a musician. He's releasing a book on the 21st. Definitely check that out.
We have Lois coming up
Yes,
pre-recorded
we
this
have
week.
Lois Sterling.
Lois is the
I know, I'm
shit,
so
dude.
looking forward to it. I'm
Oh
actually
my
going to
God.
be
She is
participating
such a
midday.
fucking great
Yeah.
lady.
That's going to
I
be
don't mean
pre-recorded.
lady as an old
Steph-
Lois. I mean, you're just fucking awesome.
Okay, so again, that's the only thing we need from him.
Yeah,
to
we
tell
have
us.
Sterling. So we have
Yeah.
Lois Sterling. We have Steffi Lamb Poetry. We
Oh.
have Tara Calibu, another person that's going to be
You got a
pre-recorded.
pretty solid fucking lineup.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
And we're still talking about what we want to do because since most of them, because of schedules, we have to re-record them, but we're still thinking about how we can still maybe utilize them during the Friday. So we might play some pre-recorded stuff with you guys out there. So.
Yeah, so I gotta figure out. 'Cause I'm using OBS. I'm still trying to play. Stephanie Lamb, if you're still here, you gotta show me how to use OBS because I know there's a way to broadcast the screen or something. So I need your help with that. But anyway, that's just a lineup that we have up right now.
Got a lot of great people.
And then Black Widow Poet.
Yeah, we got part 2 of that.
Yes,
one.
part 2 of that. That's gonna be next.
And we're going to really hit up the fact that the lives that she's taking care of in Nashville, I think she's really trying to go nationwide.
Expand, yeah.
Like getting us to, have our own little houses around that we can network and stuff like that. So like we got to start doing, oh gosh, what's it called?
Prodigal Poets is what she is doing. Yeah, that's on the 29th at 8 p.m. That's on a Thursday. That's Black Widow Poet Gina Carrillo. Definitely look out for that as well. And we have other stuff more in the works. Yeah, so either way, we have a lot of stuff coming up that's still in the works as well. Just like how we can't tell.
We cannot share a dang thing. Nope. Secrets.
So it's exciting because it's like, like the more I see you guys doing your thing, I see other people working on their project. It's like it's inspiring us to want to do more.
Yeah.
So like I want us to build this bridge.
Andy and Angela's
Pretty
mission
much
to
what
get stuff out there.
I want this to be like the Allen Ginsberg
What the
of
fuck you holding?
Yes. So I'm excited. Wait, say it again. I missed
I
it.
said, what are you holding?
Oh,
In your hand. Where
we're
are you
going to
going?
celebrate your album release party. There's still 2.
Hey, both of you.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Oh,
You're gonna make a mess of my room, but whatever. Ready? This is such an epic fail. Okay, rest of
See,
you.
don't pop. You have the cap on, dude.
The cat. Oh, I gotta take the.
So they don't
You just
actually
say he
pop,
has
which I thought
the
they would pop.
tampon.
I thought they were going to pop, but they don't actually pop. So there
Right.
you go.
And you're cleaning this mess.
I said
up.
I would. I said I'd stay back.
Whoa,
Okay.
it got clear real quick.
What?
Oh, because I turned on the lights.
Yeah, no.
That's why.
yeah.
Oh, this is
You
the.
can't see, but it's really a party. Like Arthur, where you forgot to come to the party. Your invitation must have got lost in the mail. Also, we have Arthur. Yeah, you up here too, man. Glasses and all, man. So I guess you are here.
Wow. I really can't spot the difference. That's
You
wow.
did me
Right?
dirty with that hair.
Here. And he's just as talkative, right? Just as talkative as normal, right? I don't know. That's
Just talkative. Hiding in the corner, like yeah.
You see him? You can see it, guys. You can see him. There he is. Tag him. Screenshot that and make sure everybody knows that AJ William, who is right there, Willhelm, not William.
Right on top of my wife's
Yep.
computer station.
Let me see if I can get my hair like the balloons.
It is matted down pretty good.
Oh my
That was like a 2-second art job, by the way, too. So thank you for the a compliment that it looks just like him, and I did that in 2
No,
minutes.
it does. I mean,
God.
look at
Oh,
him.
God. I have white rapper hair right now.
Oh.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Did I just make the song of the summer?
So can I ask this? Maybe this is inappropriate to ask. Going back to the album, do you have a favorite track on the album?
Oh, yeah.
Arthur, probably not. Or Lennon, do you have a favorite track on the album?
Oh, and then I have a question after.
And we can't talk about the second release, but we already know that he's like you've already recorded.
She's just trying to get you to say it. No, stop it.
I know. I wonder how
I'm
they
not
charge for
spoiling
the next
anything.
album, and how do we get on there?
Don't
I'm not spoiling
say that.
anything.
Andy
You
B,
guys
you
already
got a
finessed
bonus
enough from me
track.
today.
I think he's pizza drunk.
Huh?
Oh my god. So I guess your question is what was the question again?
What's their favorite track on the album, if you have one or not? And then
Oof.
anything about album 2 which you can't tell us.
No, stop. They're not gonna reveal stuff to you. Stop
Okay.
trying. No, so that ties in with the question I had too. I guess what out of all the tracks on this album, right? What is if there's one track you could pick and say I'm the most proud of on this album? What's the one track you're proud of the most? And then what's the one track you're least proud of the most?
Okay, so the least on there would be The Radio Has Been Drinking.
Wow.
No,
It's not because of the poem. It's just
Is it not you?
for
You got this like
me,
the recording.
It doesn't hit me the same way as some of the other ones. Not that I think like this sucks, because I wouldn't have put it out. It just doesn't hit me the same way. Favorite. Probably
I bet he
because
says the same one. I think so.
the way it goes with the music would probably be Under the Same Sun.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
that's a good one. That's a powerful one. I know you talked about it a little bit last time. Did you want to talk about it again tonight? For people that
Not with Lennon in the life.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind. I forgot.
I'll close
We
my
didn't
ears.
talk about it.
No.
He read
So I
it.
wrote
He's been in your diaries. He knows everything.
that about your mom a long time ago.
Oh.
It's not necessarily about your mom. It's just any relationship that is probably not good.
No, it's about his mom.
Yep.
Well, I'm just like, how you feel about somebody if things don't go well?
I think he's like, no, it's your mom.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Specific to that person.
In any
is
case.
happy to do it.
Anyway.
Anyway,
It's
so
just-
again, can I help with this? I know how we can make it even better. My least favorite is the third track.
Wow. Oh no,
About
that's
them.
actually one of my favorites.
Wait,
Because
what
we're
is
in
the,
that age group. That's why.
what's the third
Oh.
track?
That's bourbon. Bourbon
I tell you
is
right
the
now,
third track.
I'm gonna be honest, it's because of the music.
I
for me.
drank bourbon older than you. I like that track
I
too.
do
Yeah, I like
words,
that
but
shit.
Least favorite
I'm
track?
not a fan.
Fuck out of here.
It's all right.
No,
It's all right.
that or Nats, honestly.
Nats is fuck. I take back Under the Same Sun and Raise You a Nats as my
But I'm
favorite.
saying, like,
Nats is one of my favorites too. I love Nats for so many reasons. We can talk about. Can we put Nats on instead?
Yeah, we can put
Put
on
it
that.
on.
Nats is
probably one of the best
definitely
ones,
my
for sure.
yeah. That's,
I've spent the nights in the glow, the dying light behind the microwave, with watered down drink and half-eaten pizza, and the gnats, the fucking gnats. They fuck with my already blurry vision by flying into my eyes like suicide. I'm sure they're laughing at me as I swipe them away, laughing at my loneliness, laughing at my drunkenness. They can't reason with the sons of bitches. They remind me of women that have been in and out of my life. I could never win with any of them. Fucking ass.
Fucking Nats.
fair play.
I gotta be honest. Now, where we come from in Ohio, we call them fruit flies, and oh gosh, they're so annoying. So, like the fact that you utilize that as a
Wow.
metaphor for all the annoyances in your life at that time, like again, you built that from the first track, and the music on that one's definitely the vibe on that is incredible. So, that's your favorite one? Why? Or is that what we said? Like we're going with Nats
Why?
there? Because I agree.
Because that poem pretty much predates any other poem on the album.
Okay.
And
So
just
that's
the poem itself, not necessarily the song, like the song, but it as a poem, it predates. It's been in chapbooks that I printed and things like that. So
not the first time you recorded it though.
no, that's another one that I took from Losing Streak and added the music and edited, like did mastering to it and fixed
Do
the
you remember if that was on the,
actual. What's that?
was that on the A side or B side?
That's on the A side.
I think it
Why
was.
are you asking me shit from like 10 years ago and shit.
Yeah.
You don't know
10
your
years
own
ago, bro.
All right,
Your son,
it wasn't 10
knows.
years ago. It was like 6.
you didn't research you
4.
before you went on this show? Because I didn't research you the first time, but I got my game on this time. I know stuff this time for the interview.
Oh my god.
I had more than 2 days prep this time.
See, I like to go with the flow. Like
I can't remember yesterday, and you're asking me to remember old shit.
That's
To
real.
be honest, I'm
Okay,
like,
so my
second to
question
second
is,
listener.
so we're never gonna hear these cassette tapes ever. We're never gonna purchase them, or we're never gonna maybe do giveaways or anything like that.
For the cassette?
Yeah.
Give me one second.
cassette.
Give me 1 second.
Oh.
I thought we were talking cassettes last time, weren't we? That's why you brought that up.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a smart move. We were talking
It always
cassettes.
goes back to that
And I think
cassette.
Lennon, you were leaving the cassette thing. Although is that too retro? Like it's like 8-track. We might not be able to get enough people to do that. Or no.
Man,
I
people
thought-
have been making like wax cylinders and stuff. Like,
You know the
I'm
struggle with
making-
cassette tape?
oh,
Mhm.
I have floppy disks. I have like grindcore on floppy disks, dude. Like,
Yo,
That's pretty cool.
There's this one guy I follow. His name is Jordan the Stallion, whatever, and he said he did a test thing on Best Buy. And these guys in their 20s or whatever, they did not know what a floppy disk was.
oh
And it went,
no, I
said-
I've done a couple releases on floppy disks, like personal, like self-release things.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
whoa, he's back.
What we gotta do to have a copy, Mr. Arthur J Willhelm?
Nats
They're
was
actually
third on Friday.
they're-
So
they're
right
sold
back.
out.
Oh, of course.
This is the
Sold
actual. You know what? My lighting fucking blows.
You kept changing it earlier, and I was like, I don't know what you like.
I don't know.
Turned into a Blue Man
Changing
Group guy,
makes the
dude.
blue. People like the blue earlier. I think.
That's what happens when you drink a bottle of sake. So
That's pretty. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I like the red clear.
This is
We're never gonna have a
the-
copy, are we?
No, he said it's sold out. Although I bet if we got to Lennon, he would help
Whoa.
us out. Cause
Whoa, hey. Don't look at me, don't look at me.
Lennon, no, I thought you would make them.
Oh,
Come on, no.
Look, it's backwards. Does that drive you nuts?
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's backwards. Look, it's J Brotra.
I can't read it now.
It just says recorded in the basement, November 7th, 2018. And this is 49 of 50.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I
So
mean,
wait, those two.
I don't-
There's 50.
See, Dave Grohl has something like that. He had this side project called Pocket Watch or something like that,
Mhm.
and it's like these yellow thingies, and it was like I think he only had 20 of them or something. So if you have that today, that's like a rare commodity to have, because then that's Dave Grohl. Like, and this is like pre and post Nirvana, before like, because I know before he did Foo Fighters, he temporarily did drumming for Tom Petty a little bit before he created the Foo Fighters, and the first album was actually like all by himself. Like he did all the issues by himself, and he just got the bandmates later. And that's how the first
Before-
album.
Before
My
Well,
brother's
Nirvana,
I mean,
he was
same
in a
with
band
like
called
Saves the Day.
Scream.
You know, they did that, or Chris did that for the first album. It was just
Yeah.
all like
Yeah.
solo
A lot of
stuff,
people are
and
doing
then
all
just
the
getting band
instruments.
members progressively.
Yeah.
And Dave was in a few like DC hardcore bands before Nirvana.
Scream.
Oh yeah.
Scream, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Scream is amazing. Still Screaming is
Scream,
a 10
yes.
out of 10.
Wait,
I'll
is that
say.
the one with Franz Stahl? Is that the one
Oh, I
with
gotta think now.
Franz Stahl in the band?
Silence.
Because I remember one of them. Yeah, Franz Stahl was, I think, the lead singer, if I'm not mistaken, of Scream, if I'm not mistaken. And then he was temporarily on the Foo Fighters, and then for whatever reason things didn't work out, and then he was no longer in the band. But he came, I think, after. I don't know if he came before or after Pat Smear left. So I'm trying to think. I bet I even know all that, but yeah.
God, no, I'm thinking. I don't know.
I love cats.
It's
I like because I remember him when I first heard of him. It was from The Germs. That was
Yeah,
Darby
that was
Crash's
your guy.
best friend.
Yes.
Yeah. And I saw that movie, What We Do Is Secret by Shane West. I think he did a good job playing Darby Crash, in my opinion.
Oh,
But, oh yeah. And then he became like the newest temporary member of The Germs. They did like a little quick reunion, and Shane West was like the lead singer for a little bit. Like that was pretty much it. I don't know what they're doing now. Shane West probably selling tacos at a taco stand or something. I don't know. I really don't know. But this is what I love about music. I love knowing stuff like that. Like, this is awesome.
The connection.
Any surprise? I'm the worst fan. I don't know anybody's name. I sometimes don't know the track name. I just love the music.
Well, I mean,
I like to know the history, but no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say there are some bands that have like such long track names that you can't even memorize them. I mean, a lot
Like
of the
yours?
bands that I've. Okay, Go Fighter doesn't have long titles. Sometimes they're just letters. I mean,
Oh God.
we've printed out like joke set lists where I think I mentioned this on the last live actually, where it was a screenshot of my phone and I just numbered the alphabet.
Yeah.
1 to 26,
Yeah.
like a stock image of the alphabet, printed them out and put them on a set list, and we called that. But it's just us messing around. But then we have long songs that are like the song titles. If you said those out loud, they're longer than the actual songs.
Wow.
It'll be
Yeah,
like a
they are.
20-word
That
song
is
title,
true.
and it's just, you know.
Wow.
One time I was driving from Cincinnati to Chicago, which is like 6 or 7 hours, and I picked a CD. Then my person with me, my friend Bennett, picked a CD, and I put on an MXPX CD that was like 30 songs, and they're all like 30 seconds long. And then he put on like a 6-song album, and I'm like, "Well, you're screwed. We're gonna listen to this again." Like it's
What
such
was
a
it?
long
What
album.
had happened?
I don't remember. It's probably
Wow.
That's been like that's long ago. That was like 2003.
Yeah.
2003.
Big
I
fan of
can't
Slowly
remember
Going
2
the Way to
minutes ago,
Buffalo.
man. Huh?
I said I'm a big fan of Slowly Going the Way of the Buffalo.
Ah.
The
Okay.
PX album.
Nice.
MX
And Mike
They
Herrera's Drunken
were all letters
Country
at the time.
album.
What?
Mike Herrera has a project called Tumbledown, and it's just like country folk drinking songs.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking amazing.
I have not checked that out. I don't know.
You
I
should.
don't know if I can do the country style.
No. It's not country.
But you said country.
Folk.
It's like folk.
Folk,
It's like
folk's
folk.
different.
Yeah,
Folk's
yeah.
different. Folk is different. I heard
It's not
country.
Billy Ray Cyrus. Or what are those other people? I don't know what's hip with country.
I don't listen to that stuff. I listen to guys screaming.
And where are these guys screaming when you're listening to them?
That can be interpreted so many
No,
ways.
I know.
In
Like,
my headphones, in my headphones, in my headphones, in my headphones. Guys,
I'm
come
not-
on.
Mine was saying like, were they standing in the restroom for acoustic purposes? That's where
Are
my
you standing in a restaurant?
like, where are these people screaming at? Like, because if they're screaming in an open room versus screaming in a bathroom versus screaming in like an orchestra
No,
hall.
but there's
don't know, they
nothing
put on-
like singing or talking in a bathtub. Like as if they're gonna shower, the reverb.
What?
What is happening
But
right
I'm not-
now?
Listen, people like me think they can sing because the acoustics in the shower and the acoustics in the car are really good. So people like me think they can actually sing.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm not gonna lie.
get here.
We're not music people. Please explain it to us.
Oh my god. I mean, I know a little bit about music, but I don't know like how you guys know, of course. But
What?
Oh my God, Arthur, what the hell is going on down there? Are you done for the night? Like, look at his hands up in front of his head.
How do we go?
I really embarrassed myself that bad?
What?
The comment about singing in the car?
No. God.
I don't know how he got. I don't know how he got
Show
from.
me, put the album back up. Put the album back up. Put the album back up.
Show the album. Just show the album.
I am
Show the album.
positive.
All right.
I think
Wait,
I
I
should-
believe
I think I
Lennon said you should not change a thing. Not change a thing,
I
right?
should
Everything's
take
smooth sailing.
this time to like maybe talk about the album, like the design we went for, the design we went for that
Oh my God, yeah, because I
whole
think
thing.
okay,
yeah.
that was actually my next question. I never got a chance to answer.
Okay,
Oh.
because Angela have gotten your way. But yeah, like, actually explain this because you're not just getting something you've seen before. You've definitely not seen this before. So if you're
Yeah.
one of the lucky few to get the first edition hard copy, you're gonna get this. And if you're a part of the second wave, yeah.
Hard copy.
Why is he playing with filters now?
Yeah, what's going
No,
on?
why not?
What are you doing? All right, so
All right, I'm back.
The,
Sorry.
we've
Yeah,
kind
where
of
did this come
taken
from?
this
Lennon, was
like,
this you?
huh?
Was this your idea?
No, that was all him.
No, that was me.
He came to you though?
This guy.
That was him.
No.
No,
I
but
like So I like the idea of it being similar to a 7-inch or a 12-inch record. So, and then I saw these, and I like how they wind in the back.
Yeah,
that's
pretty neat.
Like a document, you know?
It's like personal too.
Yeah.
Personally,
so
you guys had to lock it up, right?
Yeah. So then I was kind of
That's
had
Achillies
the
Records.
idea to come down,
They like to do their own thing. They're not
came
mad.
downstairs and typed them, and then since the typewriters from like fucking 1945, it kept fucking
It's
up
from
when
like
I was
46
doing
or 47.
which is great because the result that you get is like kind of like an
Each one's
organic fucked up. So like I like the way it looks like that.
But
so it worked
It's
out.
good though. It makes it more authentic.
And then since originally I'd planned on using this picture of my father and myself as the cover, I just had stickers made and used that to put on the cover of this. So it adds kind of a dimension to the way that the cover is.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like that. It has that Polaroid feel to it.
I'm sorry. I think I just figured out a secret that they're not going to put out. Is album 2 going to have the photo of you and Lennon on the cover?
You never know.
That should be photo 2. Part 2. Dad and son, part 2.
So
part two is going to be fucking dark. So
yep. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Okay. No, don't you want to put your happy son's face though to take some of the darkness out of it?
It's just, I've shown Lennon some of the poems, some of like the recordings.
Again, we're not allowed to know anything.
Oh my, no.
Like how long do we have
to
wait? We don't know. It could be. It's not tomorrow.
I don't know. Right now, I'm in the process of recording it. This one's going to be on CD again, and then in the future, I'll have something else to announce.
Okay, well,
don't shake your head. I'm not going to say it.
I don't know, Red.
Approximately what season it will be? Will it be the spring?
No, it's a surprise. Just like we have to. Wait.
I don't plan that. That I don't, because I don't want to rush recording just to get something out.
Yeah,
so
no, we don't.
When I'm done recording the tracks and the slate that it's going to come out comes up, then it'll be out. Until it's about to come out, I won't start advertising it.
Got it. But how many tracks have you got?
There's a lot on our plate. So
how many tracks do I have?
Yeah.
Right now, I have 5.
Okay, so almost 50% of the way done.
Counting the actual bonus track that's on there, because originally I recorded that for this, but decided to put it on the physical as a bonus track.
Okay.
It was like a teaser.
Remember bonus tracks? So a lot of those back
yeah,
in the days.
exactly.
Here's what I appreciate though. I hate the bands that have the bonus track that are 20 minutes past the last song, and I really hate that.
I love that. No, let me talk about that. Let me talk about that. Can I talk about that?
Okay, please.
You know what I hate?
Hate
before we go forward, the band Train. You guys can carry on.
Train sucks. Anyway.
I don't even talk about it.
I like Train.
So bad.
I want to hear what Lennon has to say about
what?
the 20 minutes, because I do not like this. This is why I'm so glad I don't have to do this anymore, and it's fast forward.
Well,
20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Yes, because it's supposed to like you forget like the song, and all of a sudden you get some. It's like the. I forget what Deftones album.
I'm telling you, not for this band that I'm talking about specifically. There's no way they're like, we'll wait 20 minits and then have this song come on.
No, so
what band is it?
Cold.
Oh yeah, well you shouldn't listen to them.
Yeah, no, that was kind of it's kind of on your
Yeah. I'm gonna go see them. I see them all the time. I love them.
I can listen to that once in a while.
I'm gonna go see them twice again. I saw them
twice.
twice.
But someone get a colonoscopy.
I don't know. I like the addition of like hidden tracks.
I don't like hit. Like I mean, it's cool, but it's like
listen. Like the one Deftones album, there's like that 30 minutes of silence after that last track, and then it's like right into something else. I like that. I like the kind of spontaneousness and like forgetting you had a CD on.
You're waiting 30 minutes?
Well, you're supposed to forget that it's on, and then like it's just groaning silence.
But you wouldn't know unless you really, really pay attention to that, though.
Yes,
because Robbie Williams, the singer, he has a song called One of God's Favorite People, and then like 10 minutes in, like after the song finishes, he has like a poem that he reads.
Again, there is silence. I know something stopped making sound. I am now waiting. I got sound.
Just forward it.
It's annoying.
Don't forward it. It ruins the whole. It ruins it. It's like
Not a
how
fan of
interlude.
anticipation,
I don't
are you,
have
Angela?
Yeah,
Give me
come
2
on.
minutes. I'll take
Be
about
real.
5 minutes.
How about
I will wait 5 minutes.
no?
Not
No. How about the
24 minutes.
the hidden track on Nevermind?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. Everybody doesn't know about the hit track.
Would
That's
you
true.
wait 35 minutes?
No, I wouldn't. No.
You know what's funny? I only knew about these tracks only because somebody else told me about it. I was like,
And I
oh,
wouldn't
really?
wait an hour either.
Yeah.
So you're really sitting there going, doing something else, forgetting that your CD or music or album stopped.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
Yes.
God.
silence is a
Yeah.
killer, man. I can't do silence. No.
Torn Apart, their album, The 59 Session. They have, once the one song, when it ends, there's 59 cymbal ticks, and then it goes back into the song.
I'll
That
do
kind
that.
of
That's
fits.
fine. That is fine. I will take a metronome for 59 minutes. That's fine.
Metro.
That song is also an anti-religion song, so don't listen to it, Andy.
Yeah.
No, okay. Oh my God. Okay,
But
I'm
even-
the kind of person. I'm very open-minded.
I'm not
like, I
picking
don't-
on you as a religious guy. I'm just
Yeah. No.
saying.
Kind of just a general
No,
statement. Don't worry.
it takes a lot for me to get offended about something like that. 'Cause I'm
That's
very open-minded to the point. Like, yeah, I don't mind having that conversation. Like, you don't believe? Okay, they tell me why. Like, okay, cool, no problem. Like, I
Don't
don't
do
mind.
it. I will have this conversation because I know it.
No, because I have a coworker at
I
work.
got it. I've been
I have
so
this
many.
coworker at
thoughts.
work. He's like, but the issue I have with him is like, oh, but why? I'm like, I can't give you an answer to everything. Like, I don't know why. It's just what it is. Like, and that's all I can say about that.
I think that's fine. You're allowed to.
Yeah, and that's fine. But it's like he gets very like, okay, but why? I'm like, what do you mean, but why? I'm the kind of guy, if I don't have the answer, I say, yeah, I'll get back to you because I want to give you the correct answer. I don't want to give you an answer.
Hell no,
that
let's take it till I make it.
I want to say it like this, but I don't want to use this word because this word is going to be misconstrued. But here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I'm going to akin it to like a superstition. Like if I do this, then I'm living my life a certain kind of way because that is what I want to make sure I'm putting that forward. So
Right.
that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, superstitions. I'm not trying to make anybody upset.
No,
That's how I'm saying. Like I'm cool with whatever you want to believe in.
right.
I think that's
That's
fine.
okay.
But
I'm not touching this one.
Yeah. I'm sitting out for this one.
well, geez, I'm so shocked. You guys have the same opinion?
Okay.
I have like the same opinion as you two down there, honestly. But I think it's okay for people to have a.
No, I
Opinion,
definitely
either
agree
way.
with that. No, I definitely. I feel like we should be able to have a conversation and not get confrontational. Because I've had situations in the past when I lived in New York, and I'm just like,
This goes back to what we said earlier, where the world just cannot function correctly.
I know.
We just cannot not
It
be
sucks.
horrible to each other.
and it sucks, you know. It
Full
sucks,
circle.
you know?
Again, just not be horrible and
Yeah,
take care of your own
amen.
shit, and then we're good. And
Amen.
everything's done.
Amen. So,
As somebody who does not take care of their own shit, so don't listen to me for one
Oh,
fucking
my.
minute. So
no, all right.
Oh,
So
stop.
it's already been
You're the
2
goat.
man. So it's already been 2 hours and
Oh,
6
Jesus.
minutes. Yeah.
how we
Guys?
got in this party.
Yes,
Yeah.
but for those who are here, thank you so much. One last time. There's 2 albums left. Get it while supplies last. You won't be sorry. You got to get that bonus track. This is the only place you can hear the bonus track. You can't hear it anywhere else. Check it out. Recorded Poems and this is recorded from Achillies Records.
Both father son duo down there, both hands on that.
Right here, guys. Check it out. There's 2 left. There's 2 left. So, guys, thank you so much for, again, doing this part 2 with
Yeah, I
us.
appreciate it. Any final thoughts from either of you down there?
Yes.
I mean, I think we said all we got to say, or all we had to say.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I drank a bottle of sake and said a bunch of stupid shit, but
I didn't.
this was a blast.
Yes, it was indeed.
Thank you to everybody who came out.
No,
Yes.
thank you guys
Anybody
for
who's
hosting this.
watching this after
Yeah,
the
thanks for
fact,
having
thank you again.
Man, honestly,
No,
I love being back
You
here.
know, for not giving us any information about the future, but making us excited for the future because it's going to blow our flipping minds.
Yeah.
That's all
No,
I want you to know.
the anticipation is
Check
killing
everything
you, but
There's 2 left, guys. So, Arthur and Lennon, I was going to say, I have so much respect for you guys for
Yeah.
doing what you're doing. That is awesome. It's inspiring. Again, awesome
Families
stuff.
together.
The fact that I got my copy you know, and everybody else both their copy. There's 2 left, guys. Check it out.
And it's like a first edition. Like, you're never going to get an opportunity to get the first edition from this. Like, this is a brand new freaking label, father, son, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Everybody's going to know about everything.
But guess what? The fact that there's a backstory behind this and the label, that's even more.
Yeah, that CD has a whole
and the
story.
third recording will have the father, son part too.
And that's just the beginning of many
Oh, no,
more
there's so much more to come. And you guys are going to be really stoked to see what we have.
And they'll check you out if they want to figure out how they can be a part of that as well. So they'll check you out. They don't have to wait for you to come to them. They can go to you. That's
and eventually we're going to have a mailing list and things like that. So we'll be able to email all updates
what kinds of
and
things
things
do you
like that.
accept?
At least they gave you one thing.
Oh, they did give us one thing. Yes.
Mailing list. That's good enough.
What I'm saying, like, they're looking for specific materials. What if they send them something that's totally horrible that they don't want?
They won't call them back. No, I'm joking.
All right, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm a person out there that don't do anything or don't know how to do it.
In reality,
like, they're brand new.
we're accepting of a lot of things. Like, it's not a matter of like wanting to single out things or like, oh, we're only doing this, we're only doing that. It's more for the community than just our own.
On record or no?
It depends.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that depends.
They're open to anything. Got it.
See, the thing is, different artists and different, like, you know, recording artists and such that we are going to do. There are things that, as far as like the fucking word I can't think of, the structure, I guess, of how the album would be, something would be a lot better on cassette tape. Because there's more you can do, and the mood of the album fits the layout of a cassette and like the feeling of a cassette. Or there's a CD where we can put it out and it'll be like that. But then there's the records, which is really where we get to fuck with the layouts and do cool shit.
So you thought my question was a lot more complicated than it was. So it has to be something that can be heard.
I don't know, man. Sometimes the way you talk, it's like...
Yeah, dude, you speak in riddles.
Oh, she does! Fucking Riddler. Look at the glasses.
Oh, my God.
I thought we were ending this live, and I thought I didn't have to change at all. I thought it was great at this.
Angela, like, Enigma.
You can't do yourself in that one. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, like, if I sent them a sculpture, are they going to put it out there? No, because they can't produce that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be an idiot. I'm just asking, what the fuck are they thinking? Apparently,
but it's mostly like...
Riddle me this.
Riddle me this.
Can you make VHS tapes
Can I put out
a
sculpture?
I just say, like, you're looking for written, but also that you're producing in a way that seems to be a cassette tape, a CD. MP3 kind of situation, you know, a floppy disk.
No.
But those are all things that you have.
I really don't know what is happening right now.
I don't know what the fuck.
Stop this. End this live now.
All right. Just to clear one thing up that you mentioned though, we're never gonna do digital only exclusive stuff. Everything's gonna have a physical release.
End it, please.
But we're not gonna put out a sculpture. Sorry for disappointment.
It's all fine. So guys, one more time, recorded poems by Arthur J Willhelm. Check it out.
You heard of me because we didn't do it, man. Didn't do it in 2 hours. We couldn't sell 2 albums in 2 hours.
Stop.
I know. There's everybody. No, it's not.
I'm glad everybody came in and listened to us, and I appreciate.
There's a lot of great chat going on too. People were responding to the dad talks.
Yes. So guys, thank you for coming in. Arthur and Lennon, thank you so much for again doing this with us. It's just the whole building aspect of it. Appreciate you guys a lot. Good luck in your future endeavors. I know you guys are gonna do great things, and I can't wait to see what else is next. So guys,
I know we were talking before too with the youthful one. We'll have to get them, and when they have their other stuff coming out.
Yes. We should do some kind of collaboration of that sort where, okay, like This is brought to you by
We just have
Achillies
one-
Records or something.
Mhm.
We gotta talk later.
Yeah. And maybe we just have Lennon talk so he can give us the real dirt, you know?
No, you're not getting this.
No, they don't give me that. All right, well, thank you, everybody.
I'll just
All right.
go fuck myself then.
That's how you're going to end this? Don't do that.
Oh my god! All right, I really gotta go to work. So
Yeah, all right. It was great. It was great. Thank you for having us.
Right?
Yes.
Good
It was
party. All right.
awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
And
you.
again, check us out. Check everybody out.
Right here,
Go.
exclusive, guys.
All right. Andy, you got to end the live.
Yes. All right. So, guys, thank you so much.
No glitches tonight
thank
other
you.
than the audio again.
Yes, and yeah, so sometime by Monday I will have the audio version on the podcast and everything, and I'll send you guys the link and everything. And everybody can listen to it. Guys, thank you so much, and again, let's keep in touch and let's do this again sometime. Later,
Cool.
guys.
All right,
Thank
definitely.
you for coming,
Thank you.
everybody that
Later.
joined up the
Thank you for
live.
having us.
Thank you.
All right.
Go.
Peace.